guys, we're sitting with industry icon, industry leader, Mr. Terry Scott, with the brand Orat. And I'm just going to throw a few questions at you, Mr. Scott, just to find out a little bit about yourself and your brand, and obviously Orat as a brand. What initially drew you into the hairdressing industry?
Before I start, good morning and thanks for the accolades.
Good morning.
Good morning, Orat. It'll be my privilege and pleasure to tell you a little bit about your product.
What initially drew you into the hairdressing industry?
Oh, I told you before, I was a bit of a dropout at school, and most dropouts at my age became hairdressers. Bottom line, truth of the matter. But didn't ever regret what I chose to do.
As an industry icon, why did you make the decision to be an industry leader in taking Orat into your salons? And what benefit has Orat given you as a salon owner?
Okay, well, being an industry icon in hairdressing, that was my sole goal from day one. I wasn't going to be a hairdresser. I was going to be the hairdresser's hairdresser. I was going to be the best hairdresser there was. I made sure that from day one that I wasn't going to be a mediocre hairdresser, and whatever there was happening in the industry, wherever, whatever, whether it be London, China, or whatever the case would be, that I would be a leader. So when I was approached by Orat, I was fortunately able to have the advice from my general manager called David. And David is on board, and he's been absolutely incredible in helping me make choices on what I choose and what I want in the salon. But apropos to the fact that David was encouraging with the product and did all the negotiations, I was extremely excited about Orat being the forerunner in South Africa, probably the first product that was biodegradable, looking at the youth of today, looking at the people that are so interested in saving the world and saving the planet, because if somebody doesn't do something about it, then who is? And that was one of the main reasons why I introduced the product to my business.
As an industry icon or industry leader, what was the decision to take Orat into your salon? Financially, was it?
Well, to start with, financially, it was a little bit of a shock. It was kind of a pretty steep and high priced product. But then again, as I said to you, I've always wanted to be a step ahead. I've always wanted to be the leader. I always wanted to be, and straight away when I was told you're going to be the first one to represent our product in your country, then I jumped on the bandwagon, because that's been my whole goal and ultimate aim in my life, to be to be a leader. And if you want me to sort of elaborate on that, it has been an incredible product. I think from Ginny's point of view and the Orat company, they have seen what we've done and where we've taken the product. I totally believe in the product. I have used it myself. I used to have a little chrome dome with a little Jewish yarmulke on the back, which is virtually closed up. At 74 years old, if it's going to work for me, then it's going to work for people that have got onset natural pattern balding. It is going to work, and it does work. We have already got sell through. People are coming back for their products again, and it's been an incredible product.
Awesome. And you've obviously got some very good stylists that have bought into the brand, bought into the philosophy.
Well, of course, we have Christine, who's our ambassador. Christine is a bit of a powerhouse. I think Christine could sell us to Eskimos, but I don't mean that with any derogatory comment to your product, because your product is of a very high standard. It's exactly what everybody wants in the world today. Biodegradable, as I said earlier on, it's saving the planet. It's doing everything there. Their advertising, their social media platform is phenomenal, and they are doing incredible things across the world.
And just the last question, Mr. Scott, what advice would you give to other salons that are potentially looking at Orat as a brand?
I would say to them that depending on their clientele, what their spend is, what they really want desperately, that it is a sort of a premier product to take into your shop. It's like buying a Rolls Royce or a Mercedes Benz. If you want the best, you've got to pay for the best. Unfortunately, there are salons out there that won't be able to afford it. But there's one thing we must always remember, that don't ever judge a person. Don't ever judge what they can and can't spend, because socially and what your hair and your image is all about is sometimes worth more than you can earn. And sometimes people spend more on what they earn on looking good. Because you know what? When you look good, you feel good, and you become more successful. It's part of the game.
Thank you so much. That's very, very awesome.
I hope that's been informative, and I've thoroughly enjoyed every minute of this interview. And I wish Oright for their future going forward. We've just been introduced to the finishing products now, used them already this week, and I absolutely love them. So I think my partnership, if I may say so, relationship with Oright is here to stay.